Do you feel like your mind is constantly trapped in worries and negative thoughts? In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to lose focus and get swept away by daily stress. But what if I told you there are ancient teachings that can help you transform your energy and maintain a positive mindset every day? Throughout this video, you'll discover 7 Buddhist teachings that will train your mind to focus on calm, gratitude, and inner serenity. These are simple, accessible, and deeply transformative practices. You don't need to be a monk or spend hours meditating. You just need to open your mind and be willing to apply these principles in your daily life. And the best part? By the end of this video, you'll have concrete tools to regain your mental balance whenever you need it. So stay until the end and prepare to take a step toward a more positive, mindful, and fulfilling life. If you're ready to transform your mindset and find peace in the chaos, hit the like button, subscribe for more wisdom, and share this video with someone who needs it today. Let's spread positivity together. Now, let's dive into the first teaching. Teaching 1. Live in the now. If you stop and think, most of the time your mind is anywhere but the present. It gets lost in memories, replaying past mistakes, or worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. This constant swinging between yesterday and tomorrow creates anxiety, stress, and distances us from the only reality that truly exists, this moment here and now. Buddhism teaches us that true mental peace comes when we embrace the present with full attention and awareness. This is what's known as mindfulness, a practice that allows us to experience life with greater clarity and depth. It's not just about sitting in silence, but about being fully present in every action, when eating, walking, listening to someone, or even breathing. Think about this. Imagine holding a cup of hot tea in your hands. If while drinking it, your mind is occupied with what you have to do later, what you said earlier, or the message you just got on your phone, did you really enjoy the tea? Life is like that cup of tea. It passes by, but if you're not present, you miss it. To cultivate mindfulness in your daily life, you can start with a simple practice. Focus on your breath for a few moments. You don't need to change it, just observe. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. When doing an everyday activity like washing dishes or taking a shower, concentrate on each sensation: the water temperature, the texture of the soap, the sounds around you. When talking to someone, really listen. Don't think about what you'll say next. Just be present. You'll notice conversations become more meaningful. The present is the only place where you can truly influence your life. If you learn to inhabit it with full awareness, you'll reduce stress, improve your concentration, and begin to experience a deeper sense of calm and satisfaction. Remember, happiness isn't in the past or the future, it's in this very moment. Teaching 3. Cultivate gratitude. There's an ancient Buddhist proverb: if you only had what you were grateful for yesterday, what would you have left today? Take a moment to reflect. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to focus on what's missing, what went wrong, or what we haven't achieved yet. But what if instead we chose to shift our attention to what nourishes, strengthens, and fills us with life? What changes isn't reality, but how we experience it. A monk once said that gratitude is like lighting a lamp in a dark room. No matter how big the darkness, a single light completely changes the atmosphere. The more we train our minds to be grateful, the more clarity and peace we find in our lives. To begin, you don't need to wait for big events. You can feel gratitude for the air you breathe, the sun warming your skin, the person who smiled at you today on the street. Every small detail is a reminder that life keeps flowing and offering us opportunities to grow. When gratitude becomes a habit, our energy shifts. We stop focusing on what we lack and start seeing abundance in simplicity. And it's there, in that state of deep appreciation, that positivity arises naturally. Teaching 4. Let go of suffering. A man once approached the Buddha and asked, "Master, why do I suffer so much? Why can't I find peace?" The Buddha looked at him with compassion and replied, "Imagine holding a rope tightly. The harder you grip it, the more it hurts your hand. But if you let go, the pain disappears. That's how attachment works. The more you cling, the more you suffer." Buddhism teaches us that suffering doesn't come from external circumstances, but from our attachment to them. We cling to people, situations, and ideas of how life should be, and when reality doesn't match our expectations, we suffer. But here's the key. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or stopping love. It means accepting and flowing with what life presents. It means understanding that everything changes, that nothing truly belongs to us, and that true freedom arises when we stop resisting the inevitable. Think of a time in your life when you clung to something that no longer existed, a relationship, a job, an idea of yourself. How long did you suffer before accepting it was time to let go? Detachment isn't about losing, it's about liberation. When we learn to let go with love and understanding, we find lightness in our soul. We become more flexible, less fearful, and paradoxically, it's in that state of openness that we experience true peace. Teaching 5. Practice compassion one day. A disciple asked his Buddhist master, "Master, I want to reach enlightenment. What's the first step?" The master smiled and replied, "See others as if they were part of you. When another's suffering pains you like your own and their joy feels like yours, you'll be closer to understanding the true path." Compassion is one of the fundamental pillars of Buddhism. It's not just about feeling pity for others' suffering. It's about developing a genuine connection, recognizing that we all share the same inner struggles, the same fears, the same hopes. When we understand this, we stop seeing others as separate and begin to feel that we're all part of the same whole. But compassion isn't just for others, it's also for yourself. We often judge ourselves harshly, punish ourselves for past mistakes, and demand perfection. However, Buddhism teaches us that compassion begins at home. If you don't learn to treat yourself with kindness, it's hard to offer that same energy to others. Imagine holding a delicate flower in your hands. If you squeeze it tightly, you destroy it. But if you hold it gently, you can fully appreciate it. That's what compassion is, a balance between firmness and tenderness, between understanding and action. When you practice compassion, you not only make the world a better place, you also find within yourself an endless source of peace, because in the end, what we give to others is a reflection of what we cultivate within. Teaching 6. Breathe with awareness. Once a disciple approached the Buddha in distress. "Master, my mind is chaos. Thoughts come and go uncontrollably. How can I find calm?" The Buddha replied serenely, "Observe your breath. Don't try to change it. Just follow it. Like the wind moves leaves effortlessly, your breath can guide your mind to peace." Buddhism teaches us that breathing is much more than a biological function. It's a bridge between body and mind, between chaos and tranquility. Throughout our lives, we breathe thousands of times a day without even noticing. But when we bring awareness to our breath, something shifts inside us. The rhythm softens, the mind quiets, and the present becomes clearer. The Buddha once said, "Breathe and know yourself." Just as a potter shapes clay with their hands, you can shape your mind with each inhale and exhale. This means that by paying attention to our breath, we train our mind to be more aware, less reactive, and more present in every moment. To experience this, try something simple. When you feel stress or anxiety, instead of reacting impulsively, bring your attention to the air entering and leaving your body. You don't need to force anything, just observe. You'll notice that as you do this, your thoughts lose intensity and you regain control over your emotions. Breathing is a constant reminder of impermanence. Each inhale is born and each exhale dies, and with them every moment renews itself. Accepting this natural flow helps us let go of what's unnecessary and find deeper peace within. Teaching 7. The power of mantras. A disciple once asked the Buddha, "Master, my mind is never calm. No matter how hard I try, there's always noise inside me." The Buddha replied serenely, "Just as water in a lake stirs with the wind, the mind becomes restless with thoughts. But if you repeat a truth with an open heart, that truth becomes an anchor that stabilizes the waters." Mantras have been used in Buddhism for centuries as a tool to calm the mind and cultivate positive states. They're not just words, they're vibrations that resonate within us, helping us refocus our energy and elevate our consciousness. The Buddha once said, "What you think, you become. What you say, you create." These words remind us that the thoughts and words we repeat daily shape our reality. If our mind is full of doubts, fears, and negative thoughts, our perception of the world will reflect that darkness. But when we start nurturing our mind with words of love, peace, and wisdom, something inside us changes. It's not magic, it's the constant practice of directing our attention toward what strengthens us instead of what weakens us. In Buddhism, there's a mantra considered one of the most powerful, Om Mani Padme Hum. It's said that this phrase encapsulates the essence of compassion, wisdom, and the purity of the heart. You don't need to understand its literal meaning word for word. Its true power isn't in translation, but in the vibration it creates when recited with intention. Tibetan monks repeat it for hours because they know that by doing so, their mind becomes more serene and their heart more open. If you want to experience the power of mantras, here's a simple practice you can start today. Repeat in your mind a phrase that resonates with you, something that expresses the energy you want to cultivate in your life. It could be something like, "I am peace," "I am calm," "Everything is in balance." It doesn't matter if you say it aloud or silently. What matters is the intention behind it. Over time, you'll notice these words become an inner force that accompanies you in difficult moments, like a light that shines even on the cloudiest days. The influence of mantras isn't just spiritual. Modern science has begun studying it. Neuroscience research shows that repeating positive words can change the brain's structure, reducing stress and improving concentration. When we repeat a mantra consistently, we're training our mind to focus on what we want to strengthen instead of being dragged down by negative, disordered thoughts. A Tibetan monk explained this process with a simple but powerful metaphor. Each word is like a drop of water falling into a lake. At first it seems small, but over time it creates ripples that transform the entire surface. That's how mantra repetition works. What initially seems like just a repetitive sound, with constant practice, shapes our mind and emotions until it creates real change. You don't have to limit mantra to formal meditation. There are moments when the mind fills with worries and chaotic thoughts, like when stuck in traffic, waiting for important news, or facing a personal challenge. In those moments, repeating a phrase of calm and stability can make all the difference. If you feel anxious, you can gently remind yourself, I am here and now. All is well. If you need to regain confidence, you can say, I am strong. I have everything I need within me. And if you seek deep peace, a breath accompanied by the words, inhale calm, exhale worry, can help you return to balance. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a garden, and this image helps us understand the importance of repetition. If we leave the mind uncared for, fears, anger, and anxiety will grow like weeds, taking control. But if we plant seeds of peace through conscious thoughts and words, with each repetition, we're watering those seeds, allowing serenity to flourish within us. You don't need to understand everything at once or see drastic changes overnight. What matters is starting, repeating with intention, and trusting that, over time, the words we choose to nourish will become the foundation of our reality. The journey to unshakable peace, a life transformed by wisdom. The greatest illusion we face is believing that peace exists somewhere outside ourselves, in achievements, possessions, or the approval of others. But as the Buddha taught, true peace is not found, it is realized. Over these 7 sacred teachings, we've uncovered the timeless principles that free the mind from suffering, living fully in the present, the only moment that truly exists, embracing impermanence, releasing our grip on what was never ours to keep, cultivating gratitude, transforming ordinary moments into blessings, the art of letting go where true freedom begins, compassion as our compass for others and ourselves, breath as our anchor, the bridge between chaos and calm, the power of sacred words, mantras that reshape our reality. But knowledge alone is not enough. Wisdom must be lived. The alchemy of daily practice peace is not a single revelation. It is the sum of 1,000 small choices, choosing awareness over autopilot, choosing acceptance over resistance, choosing kindness over judgment, especially toward yourself. Each time you pause to breathe when stressed, release a thought that no longer serves you, respond with patience instead of reacting in anger. You are rewiring your mind for lasting peace, the ripple effect of transformation. When you change, the world changes with you. Your calm becomes contagious. Your presence becomes a sanctuary for others. This is how we heal not just ourselves, but the collective consciousness of our world. Your sacred responsibility, the Buddha's final words were, be a light unto yourself. No teacher, no teaching can walk the path for you. But now you hold the lantern. Commit to one small practice daily, even 5 minutes of mindfulness. Forgive yourself when you stumble. Each moment is a new beginning. Trust the process. Just as seasons change without force, transformation unfolds in its perfect time. The Great Awakening, your sacred journey to unshakable peace, begins in this very moment for millennia. Across mountains and monasteries, the awakened ones have carried a flame of truth. Nirvana is not a destination. It is recognizing the sacredness of your present awareness. You are not walking toward enlightenment. You are learning to see with enlightened eyes. These 7 profound teachings are not mere philosophy. They are a living transmission from centuries of wisdom keepers. You now hold in your hands what kings and scholars have sought across lifetimes. But the true alchemy begins now, in how you allow this wisdom to transform your daily existence. The crucible of transformation. True mastery unfolds in the sacred tension between intellectual understanding and embodied realization, momentary inspiration and sustained devotion, seeking peace and becoming peace in every cell of your being. This is where human experience transcends into the extraordinary, where grocery store trips become meditation, where traffic jams turn into temples of patience, where every interaction becomes an opportunity to practice divine love. Your sacred initiation, the warrior's commitment. Select one teaching that stirred your soul. Begin with just 5 minutes at E. On the Phoenix process, When you fall, and you will, rise with greater wisdom. Each failure is initiation. The Bodhisattva vow, let your transformation radiate outward, uplifting all beings. Your peace becomes the world's peace. A cosmic blessing for your path. May you awaken each day as if reborn, fresh, open, radiant. Transform every challenge into jet fuel for your awakening. Polish the diamond of your awareness until it reflects pure consciousness. Become so aligned with the Tao that life unfolds with miraculous synchronicity. Burn away all illusions until only luminous presence remains. The Buddha's teachings were never meant to be framed. They are living fire meant to consume your limitations. Your enlightenment isn't some future achievement. It's the silent space between thoughts, the awareness behind all experience, the eternal presence that was never born and cannot die. The ultimate revelation that changes everything. You aren't learning peace. You're unlearning everything that obscures the infinite peace that is your birthright. The entire spiritual journey is simply remembering what you've always known in your deepest being. Your sacred mission, should you choose to accept it. Comment, "I am peace" below. Cast your vote for awakening. Subscribe. Join our Sangha of modern-day seekers. Share. Become a beacon in this collective awakening. Begin. Let your next conscious breath be your initiation. Do not pursue the past. Do not lose yourself in the future. The past no longer is. The future has not yet come. Looking deeply at life as it is in the very here and now, the practitioner dwells in stability and freedom. The Buddha, the universe has been waiting for this moment, for you to fully awaken. Not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect. Now, in how you breathe, in how you meet this moment, in the sacred space between stimulus and response where your divinity lives, with infinite faith in your awakening daily dharma.